Right now at noon, Vice President Kamala Harris is in Madison as the 2024 presidential race heats up. Plus, the Republican presidential nomination all but wrapped up. Why former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley is suspending her campaign. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Josh Breiter. Right now, Vice President Kamala Harris is in Madison. This is the VP's sixth visit to Wisconsin since being sworn in. We have team coverage of her visit. We start with News 3 Now's Will Keneally live with how today's visit to Dane County is shaping up. Hi, Will.
It's good to be here with
Hey Josh, we're on the city's east side at a Madison Metro, or what will be a constructed Madison Metro station. We're seeing the Vice President tour with the Madison mayors, you can see there, and the U.S. Labor Secretary is speaking at the podium. As you can see, they're just about to start their remarks, so we're going to pause really quickly to hear what they have to say. But we'll have continued coverage today here on News 3 Now, 4, 5, 6 as well. So send it back to you. Reporting from the east side of Madison, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. Acting Labor Secretary Julie Su will also be joining the Vice President throughout the day as both push President Biden's economic agenda. News 3 Now's Jalen Banks is live in Madison ahead of his interview with the Acting Labor Secretary. Hi, Jalen.
As Josh mentioned, I'll be sitting down with active Secretary of Labor Julie Su this afternoon for an exclusive interview going over her ties to Madison, as well as how she anticipates Bidenomics and how will impact the state. For now in Madison, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
All right, Jalen, thank you. Again, we'll have coverage all day long ahead of the Vice President's visit here on air and online. You can follow along by downloading our free news app. Just search Channel 3000 wherever you get your apps. Campaign 2024 coverage continues now. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley is suspending her campaign for the Republican presidential nomination. This after former President Trump won all but one Super Tuesday contest. In her speech this morning, the former South Carolina governor said she had no regrets about her campaign. Haley did not endorse former President Trump, instead calling on him to earn the support of those who backed her. Meanwhile, the former president focused on his all but certain general election rematch with President Biden.
November 5th is going to go down as the single most important day in the history of our country.
Biden's campaign has already praised Haley for being willing to speak the truth about Trump. Today, Trump also picked up an endorsement from outgoing Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Right now, U.S. lawmakers are rushing to pass funding legislation ahead of Friday's possible government shutdown. Today, the House is expected to vote on several key bills. The Senate must take up the measures after the House acts. The pressure to beat the clock is even more intense, with President Biden's State of the Union address taking up significant time Thursday. But lawmakers are confident the spending package will be passed. Well, quiet and mild for today. First Warn meteorologist Jacob Montesano has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, Josh, I don't know if you can hear it, but the tornado sirens are actually being tested right now. Good thing it's happening today because we've had to use it a few times so far this year. Not in Madison, but to the south of us, we've had a few tornado warnings in Greene and Rock County already. But none of that today and none of that in the forecast either. Current conditions are showing complete sunshine. Temperatures are very comfortable as well. Current temperature in Madison is 47 degrees, already about 10 degrees warmer than the average high. And temperatures are going to continue to warm up a few more degrees before they cool back down. Mostly in the upper 40s across Dane County. A few locations across our area, though, have already gotten into the lower 50s, and I do expect more areas, especially around Madison, to get to the 50s before the day is over. Wind speeds are a bit breezy, but overall not too bad. It's a very similar day compared to yesterday, but we do have a lot of rainfall in the forecast for Friday. I'll have the full details on that coming up a bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We want to go now to the Vice President, Kamala Harris, speaking in Madison.
He was on a path that was about not only a job, but a career. So I say all that to say that this is another example of also the partnership between our administration and unions around the apprenticeship programs that they create for young people to enter a profession, enter a career that means a very high quality of life for themselves and their families. All of that to say today, one of the announcements that we are making and the president has made in Washington is that we have now issued, and the president has issued, an executive order, an EO, that will direct federal agencies to explore what federal jobs we have that can be filled by the highly skilled folks who have been trained in apprenticeship programs, and not just giving these jobs only to people with a four-year college degree. This is very important, because what we have demonstrated with so much of the apprenticeship work that is happening as we invest in America and rebuild America's infrastructure, again, I will repeat, is that they are learning skills that are about engineering and technology. They are learning skills that is about complex math and science. And these are the kinds of skills that we need in a variety of jobs that are not only are in addition to the work that we're doing to rebuild America's infrastructure. So I am very proud to be here with these leaders and with these incredible, skilled, highly skilled people who are part of a profession that is about building up our communities. And Mayor, I'm going to let you talk a little bit more about what's happening at this facility, but I want to applaud your work, because she has made it as part of her agenda of leadership to invest in public transit. And the work she's doing here in Madison is really an example of what can happen in local communities around the country, which is to invest in the infrastructure, do the public-private partnership, do the partnership with the federal government, and expand public transit in a way that will be to the benefit of all working people in her city, but everywhere in terms of the model that you are providing. So with that, I would like to introduce the Mayor of Madison. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Thank you. I'm so delighted to have the Vice President here today, here at our Metro Transit facility on Hanson Road, where we are under construction to build a bus.
That was the Vice President Kamala Harris speaking in Madison as she makes her visit to the Badger State, of course, as the 2024 election season really ramps up. We're going to have more coverage throughout the day right here on News 3 Now and channel3000.com. The Biden administration is taking on the credit card industry. Still ahead, the plan that could save you serious money. Plus, a big first step for college sports teams, how it could change the game for amateur athletes.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Moving forward.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
The Big Share is Tuesday, March 5th. This online day of giving hosted by Community Shares of Wisconsin is an easy way for you to support nearly 70 local nonprofits working on social and environmental justice. Donate now through March 5th at thebigshare.org.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, iCare's dual eligible special needs plans help you get both care and coverage. Benefits include $1,800 per year to pay for eligible groceries and over-the-counter items. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Receive a $4,000 a year dental allowance and pay nothing for covered prescriptions all year long, even the brand name ones. Call us today and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Welcome to Dwellings.
Shop our Cordless Showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
The Biden administration is taking on credit card late fees, the latest in its push against what it calls junk fees. A new proposed rule would cap credit card late fees at $8, down from the average of $32. Banks that charge more would need to show why. President Biden also announced a new strike force that would crack down on illegal and unfair pricing on things like groceries, prescription drugs, healthcare, and housing. The credit card fee rule is expected to face legal challenges in court. A major outage across Facebook and Instagram for about 2 hours yesterday prompted fears of a widespread Super Tuesday hack. But parent company Meta later said it was all because of a technical issue. More than 500,000 Facebook, Instagram, and Threads users reported outages. Federal cybersecurity officials said there was no evidence of an attack. And a big first step for college sports teams that could have wide-reaching effects for amateur athletes. The men's basketball team at Dartmouth College has voted by a tally of 13-2 to join a union. The Ivy League institution had tried to block the team's efforts to unionize. It is now appealing a federal agency's decision that allowed the vote to go ahead. The move could allow the Ivy League team to negotiate salaries and working conditions like practice times and travel. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Carissa Lawson.
At the noon hour, here's the stock report. We are in the green so far on your Wednesday. The Dow up 176, NASDAQ up 163, and the S&P 500 up 42. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Pam is watching today's egg prices, and we have your first warn forecast coming up. Then later on Live at 4, we're looking at the results of Super Tuesday with the poll director of the Marquette Law School, Charles Franklin.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Did you know that 53% of your home's heat is lost through the walls and attic? That's why your house is so cold every winter. USA Premium Foam Insulation in your walls keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. Our foam is up to 35% more efficient than traditional insulation, and it gets into places other insulations can't. We've made over 100,000 homes more comfortable. Stop freezing and start saving with USA Insulation.
USA Insulation.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually...
Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Get an 11% rebate on everything now at Menards. Window Images faux wood room darkening blinds add a classic design and privacy. Plus, they can be trimmed to width for free. A 24x48 oak, gray, or mahogany blind is only $24.89 after rebate. Quaker State full synthetic motor oil is engineered to give more power, more wear protection, and longer engine life. Get a 5-quart jug for $17.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
On the next Live at 4, Vice President Kamala Harris visits Madison.
And we're looking at the results of Super Tuesday. 2 topics for Marquette Law School poll director Charles Franklin.
South Central, Wisconsin, where people unite for a brighter future and businesses thrive. News 3 Now embraces that spirit. We celebrate the good and we fix the bad. No settling, no backing down. That's our commitment to you. News 3 Now, moving forward. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back at noon. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Are you all full on cheese yet, Pam?
No, my kids have been going so far. I'm on my way. I'm going to try to get there this afternoon. I'm definitely going to be there for the announcement tomorrow, too. I wondered if they were going to bring the vice president over. Let her waft her hands over a couple of wheels of cheese.
That'd be a good idea, yeah.
I got all kinds of good ideas, Josh, just like that.
You're full of them.
The people... I'm full of something, baby. But the people downtown would have all kinds of fun things to say to Farm Babe with the traffic, I'm sure. So keep rolling down at Monona Terrace. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit more about what's going on with the World Cheese Championship that continues. 2 o'clock tomorrow is when they're going to announce the winner. Now, remember, until 3 o'clock today, the general public is welcome free of charge at Monona Terrace. Then they're basically closing the event to media only, so that tomorrow, when they're getting everything set up for kind of the world announcement, they will only have the judges, only have the limited cheesemakers that make the trip, just have a small group to manage things. So if you still want to get there and sample some cheese, you are welcome today until 3. Boy, I'll tell you, they got a bunch of volunteers. There's more than 122 people that took time off to be volunteers through the course of the World Champion Cheese Contest. Yesterday, one of my assistants bumped into 2 UW River Falls kids that made the trip down on their own. The UW River Falls campus has a new dairy center of excellence where they are teaching students how to make dairy products, including cheese. Mackenzie Skibby was one of them that drove down from River Falls. She was volunteering. She said one of the reasons why she liked to volunteer at the World Cheese Championship, you're rubbing elbows with the best in the world as far as cheese judges. So she said she's a junior at River Falls. She is already on track to become a cheesemaker when she graduates. And she said she already knows that there's jobs out there kind of waiting for her. That's how robust Wisconsin's specialty cheesemaking industry is. I love these stories. So like I said, 2 o'clock tomorrow, you can watch the announcement online, worldcheesechampion.org. Just so you know, look for the Farm Babe in the audience. Barrel cheese today, unchanged, 162.5. 40-pound block cheese, unchanged at 149. Double A butter today, up 2 1/4 cents at 2.85 a pound. So like I said, till 3 o'clock today, Joshy, they can lay their lips on some of that world-class cheese through samples, and then we'll have the big cheese, quite literally, potentially anyhow, 2 o'clock tomorrow Central Time at Monona Terrace.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a local person up there at the top this year.
That would be excellent.
Wouldn't it?
It's happened. It's happened.
We'd love to see that. All right, Pam, have a wonderful day.
You too.
Cooler temperatures ahead. Here's Jacob with the full First Warn forecast.
Thanks, Josh. Before we get to those cooler temperatures, though, we are going to see plenty of rainfall, specifically on Friday. And even though those temperatures are going to be cooler than right now, still expected to be above average. But we're going to be dry for today and tomorrow. And this afternoon, we're going to see high temperatures in the middle to lower 50s. Plenty of sunshine, maybe a few clouds rolling in before sunset. But for the most part, still seeing sunshine. But the clouds will continue to increase overnight. Still going to see those low temperatures in the 30s. So remaining above average in the low temperature department. And for tomorrow, very similar, maybe a bit more cloud cover compared to today, but we're going to once again see high temperatures in the lower 50s. And then Friday comes, and that's when we're going to see some rainfall. So for the next 24 hours, even kind of 24 to 36 hours, we're still going to remain dry. As we get into Friday morning, though, we'll see the rain move into our area kind of between around 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., a little bit later the further north you're located. And once the rain starts, it may not stop throughout the entire day. Now, this is especially the case for the southern half of our area, kind of Dane County, areas south, also areas east, and further southwest, you folks will see a lot of rain as well. But the further north you go, kind of closer to the Dells and Camp Douglas, not going to see quite as much rain up there. But for the majority of our area, the rain is expected to continue throughout the afternoon and evening hours. As temperatures cool down, some of that rain may also transition to snow, and we could see some snowfall before the system clears out for portions of our area. Not expect to see a lot of accumulation, maybe a ½ inch at most. Typically, when you have snow very close to rainfall, the snow can be pretty heavy, but it's going to be a very wet snow, so we're not expect to see a lot of accumulation. And we may continue to see some rain and snow around midnight Friday night, but it should clear out by Saturday morning. And although we'll start out cloudy Saturday, we're going to clear up throughout the day. So because the rain is going to last for quite a while, precipitation could exceed an inch. And once again, the further south and the further east you're located, the best chance you will see a lot of rainfall. Further north and also further northwest, not going to see quite as much from this system. system specifically. So looking at the temperatures during all this, they're going to drop a little bit for Friday and the weekend with highs in the 40s. But then as we get towards next week, we're going to be back in the 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Now we have another chance of rain on Thursday. That may cool things off a little bit for Friday, but it looks like it'll bounce right back for the following Saturday. So here's a look at the full 7 to 10 day forecast. Rain likely on Friday, and again, likely throughout the entire day. So Friday may be a complete washout, but temperatures aren't going to drop too much because of it, as we are going to see highs in the 40s for the weekend, still above average for this time of year, but then 60s for Tuesday and Wednesday. And I also want to point out, we're not even expected to see thunderstorms, let alone severe weather on Friday. Temperatures will just be too cold for that. So expect the rainfall, and again, might be a washout on Friday if you have any outdoor plans, although I feel like it's still pretty early in the season where there's not a lot of outdoor plans. But it's going to rain throughout much of the day on Friday. But other than Friday, we're looking at dry weather each and every day through Wednesday before we have more rain by the end of next week.
All right, we could use the rain, Jacob. Thank you. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with the dish that is an award-winning spin on a golden classic.
With the Oscars coming up this weekend, that means Hollywood is abuzz as it gets ready for one of the biggest nights of the year. And while those who will be walking down the red carpet are still deciding which designer to wear, teams of chefs and party planners are kicking into high gear, getting ready for all those fancy black tie parties. One dish that always earns all sorts of praise at those dinner parties is dressed up mac and cheese, like this one. Once we've melted some butter in a pot, we add some flour and a few spices and let that simmer for a bit. After adding some milk and letting that thicken up, we add lots of shredded cheddar and Havarti cheese. Now our cooked pasta goes in, and when it's mixed, we dish it into individual ramekins, or we can use a large baking dish. The crowning jewel is that we sprinkle these with a buttery cracker topping, which makes them to die for. After these bake and the tops get crispy, let me assure you that these are Oscar-worthy. Believe me, this is not your run-of-the-mill mac and cheese. I hope you'll go online and get the recipe for our award-winning mac and cheese so you can host your very own Oscar dinner party without having to get all dolled up. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Maybe we'll win an Oscar this year.
I think we'd have to be in a movie before we can win. But with this, we're all guaranteed lots of, ooh, it's so good.
Delicious.
Next at noon, more food. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council shows us how to celebrate March with some Irish-inspired recipes.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A traditional performer of great country music.
How it felt that day.
It's Daryl Worley. Performing live Saturday, March 9th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. An incredible night with country music superstar Daryl Worley. March 9th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Does your roof look great from the ground, but yet it's still leaking? We see roofs every day that look great, but the important details weren't done correctly. With the average cost of a replacement roof being north of $25,000, that might not be what you need. Let one of our specialists give you a free 16-point inspection and let you know exactly what's really wrong with your roof and show you how we can restore it, saving you thousands. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
There's still time. Come in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress for your chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. During Sleep Awareness Month at Steinhafels, get $300 in Steinhafels cash when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black. Beauty Rest Black mattresses have the most advanced cooling technology and pressure-relieving foams, giving you the best night's sleep possible. Make the connection between better health and sleep at Steinhafels. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Welcome back. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council is here. Good to see you, Angie.
Yes, can you believe it's almost St. Patty's Day?
Isn't it wild? Yeah, so of course you've got a little Irish inspiration today.
I do, yes. So it's definitely corned beef season. So I wanted to do a refresher because maybe people only make it once a year, this time of year, which is perfectly fine because there's a lot of them in the supermarket right now. But when you head to the store, you might see two different cuts of corned beef brisket. So this is a corned beef flat, and it'll be labeled classic flat cut, and very nice, usually very rectangular, very meaty. They're usually weigh more, and they might cost a little more per pound, but they do because you'll have more corned beef at the end. Because the point cut, which is a little bit not as uniform of a cut, kind of a triangular shape, it has a lot more fat in it.
I was going to say, you can see the fat in it right there.
Yeah, but the people I talk to that always buy the point like it because it is fattier, because they feel like it has better flavor and gets more tender. That's because of the fat. I myself always buy flats because I want a lot, so I can have a meal and then possibly have some leftovers.
We love leftovers.
For another meal, right. But either one is perfect. Always look for this little seasoning packet. All of our recipes call to use this seasoning packet. So when you're cooking corned beef, you need to tenderize it, because it's brisket, it's not tender. So you can slow cook it all day, which I love doing. You can do it in the stove, in the oven. So that's how I did this one, about 2.5, 3 hours in liquid, braise it, or on the stovetop. You could sous vide it if you have a sous vide wand. 24 hours though, start on Friday. Yeah. These days on Sunday. You can smoke it on the smoker, and you can do electric pressure cooker.
So you got some
options. Because that will tenderize it too, and that'll make it a little quicker. But if you're gonna do like braise it on the stovetop or in the oven, 2.5 to 3 hours.
That's not too bad.
So figure that, yeah. Yep. I have a huge roasting pan. I do 2 or as many as I can fit in there, because if you're taking that time anyway, do as many as you can, because we have so many recipes just using it as an ingredient. But this is called our Dijon glazed corned beef. You can find the recipe on the website, but I did it in the oven. And it's got roasted cabbage and roasted potatoes, so a little different instead of broiled. And the potatoes and the cabbage have butter, Dijon, horseradish, and a little green onion. And then I have a glaze that you can put over your corned beef of just Dijon and orange marmalade, like a sweet sour.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, so, okay, maybe if we have somebody watching who's not a corned beef fan, want to try an Irish recipe, Guinness beef sliders. These use deli roast beef, so do them in the oven. The Hawaiian rolls, you do sauteed onions and mushrooms, Swiss cheese, of course, pound of deli, corned beef, and then you make a Guinness glaze to go over top. So a bottle of Guinness, a stick of butter, some dried mustard, a little brown sugar, a little onion powder, and garlic. Pour that over the top, bake it 30 minutes. We also have a fun Reuben bake, too, that we're featuring.
Out of time.
And
yes,
we got a ton.
You've got so many things.
BeefTips.com. BeefTips.com. Click right on As Seen on TV, and you'll find everything we talked about.
Angie, thank you. Let's go to Jacob now with the final look.
Yeah, we're going to see rain on Friday, but the rest of today and tomorrow will be dry. Dry again over the weekend, but a bit colder with highs in the 40s.
And we'll have much more coverage of the VP's visit later today on News 3 Now.